The conditions are certainly prime for wildfires, the weather, nature, the time of year.
Yeah, they make for a very dangerous combination. Chief Meteorologist Bill Kelly is live on the Sky Deck to explain why we all need to be careful. It's so warm out there today, Bill.
Yeah, it's warm and the humidity levels are very low around our area. In fact, let me start you out with some of the ingredients, and the winds are out here, and that's one of the ingredients. You see the camera bouncing around a little bit. But what we look at the moisture that's out, we look at the winds that are out and about, and then we also look at some of the fuels, the vegetation that's out there as well. Let's start with the humidity. 30% or below. That is a low number for the relative humidity values, and right now we're pretty much widespread into the 20s around the state at this hour, anywhere between about 20 to 25%, maybe a little bit more. When it comes to those winds, they're gusting up to 30 miles per hour in spots. So you have your low humidity, you have your wind, and then of course you have the clear skies. You don't have any rain, and you have a lot of fuel that's out there in parts. So look at this map right now where you see the red. That is where we have a red flag warning. Notice the state of Pennsylvania, over into parts of Maryland. It's not in New Jersey, despite the fact that we have a wildfire right now. And you might be thinking, well, why is that? I actually reached out to the National Weather Service, and the state agencies, the state fire agencies, are the ones that make that call in terms of the fuel moisture, how much there is to burn, and it's not quite there in New Jersey to give it a red flag warning. But despite that, obviously we have a huge fire going on, and fire danger remains very high, but even higher in Pennsylvania. So just be careful. And like I always say with these, never ever throw a cigarette out the window, please, for a myriad of reasons. Temperatures right now, we're sitting in the 80s, widespread around the area. It is a warm day. It's going to be a warm evening tonight, 78 degrees here at 6 o'clock. Notice by the time we get to 8, 9, and beyond, we are in the 60s still. It's going to feel like June tomorrow morning with the low. We'll talk about that and how long this lasts in just a few minutes.
All right, Bill, thanks. Stay with CBS News Philadelphia. We are watching this wildfire very closely. And of course, we will bring you any information as soon as it comes into our newsroom to keep you and your family safe. When we are not on television, you can always go to our website, cbsphiladelphia.com.
That's true. It is a beautiful day. And I want to throw one thing that I love about this is our commitment to following the stories, continuing to follow, whether it's sports or, even if weather, we have some damaging stuff. We're going to continue to follow that and just be in people's neighborhoods.
We've elevated our game.
Absolutely, we have.
Got that
stuff.
right.
All right, so piggybacking on what you just said, gorgeous. Take a look outside right now. This is our live camera here in Philadelphia, looking out over Center City. It's just a beautiful day. I mean, look at these numbers, right? Temperatures 82 degrees in Philadelphia. Same thing with Trenton, Wilmington at 85 degrees. 76 Mount Pocono. It's 82 degrees right now for Allentown and Cape May, sitting right around 80. What can you expect for this evening? Well, how about a 76 degree temperature with lots of sunshine here at 7 o'clock. The sun going down at 7:36, so you still have hours of daylight to go out and enjoy. 70 degrees by 9 o'clock tonight. By 6 or by 11, we'll be at 67 degrees, eventually dropping down to about 60, which is normal for early June. So we're going to be way above normal, and here's why. I mean, look how dry it is. You get into a plane, maybe you're watching us on our amazing streaming app, and if you haven't downloaded the CBS News Philadelphia app, please do. It's an amazing product. But if you're watching us in an airport and you're getting ready to fly, you're not going to see any clouds until you get well past the Central Plains. So it's going to be one of those days, if you have a window seat looking down, you're going to see plenty of earth as you fly across. Looking great. So this high pressure cell, the winds are clockwise, so when it's positioned off to our southeast, the winds are from the south, and that is a warm source, and that's driving in these temperatures that are in the mid-80s in D.C. right now. The record for today is 92 there, 82 in Philly. Our record is 90 in D.C. Ours is 92, 81 down around Virginia Beach, 78 currently for Columbus. So here's the overall big picture. Let's talk about your futurecast and what you can expect as we go into the evening tonight. Skies are clear. They're going to stay that way. Your timestamp here at the top. Out the door early tomorrow morning. You'll want your sunglasses, and you can leave that coat at home. A beautiful start to the day to get out, have your coffee outside, take the dog for a walk, a bike ride, any of those things. Lunch outside. By the afternoon, it's nothing but sunshine. Dare I say maybe even a little, I'm not going to say too warm, but a little warm for this time of year, depending on your perspective. Most of you are going to absolutely love it, but your air conditioner is probably going to be on if it's not already. Then we get into Friday. Friday is another very warm day. Some clouds starting to stream up ahead of our next weather system, our next weather maker, which will impact us here for Saturday. So for tonight, we're going to go 60 degrees. As I mentioned, that is the normal for early June under clear skies, a very mild day. Tomorrow, we're going to go 86. The record is 89, so we're very close to those numbers. And then last but definitely not least, the 7-day forecast. So there's your 86 and 87. We get to the weekend, 70s with some scattered storms on Saturday, Sunday night, and into Monday, our next cold front, tracking some evening showers and storms. We'll be right back.
Well, let's go to Chief Meteorologist Bill Kelly now to get that next weather forecast. Bill?
I'll tell you what, and you notice that Ryan had the short sleeve shirt on,
Yeah.
feeling totally comfortable. I mean, it really has that feel out today of, dare I say, summer. We got some low 80s out there. So let me start you out. I want to show you what it looks like, another viewpoint here down the shore. We're talking about Cape May. We're looking down Beach Avenue. And I mean, just absolutely beautiful. Very few, if any, clouds in the sky in the entire area. We look here then at Ocean City, and there are certainly more people on the boardwalk than I've seen so far this year at any given time. The people out on the beach, you see the waves. What a gorgeous, gorgeous day. Temperature-wise, 82 here in Philadelphia. Down the shore, we're at 83 for Atlantic City, Wildwood at 80, Lancaster at 82. We got 84 for you guys in Reading. Even Mount Pocono is at 76 degrees. So we have that. It's low humidity. We got gusts of wind that are up into the 25-30 mile per hour range. So it is breezy. Fire danger is high. Obviously, we've been talking about that. We have the wildfire in Ocean County, New Jersey. Unfortunately, unfortunately for the fire, not unfortunately for just our comfort, but we do not have any rainfall making its way into our area. So we are tracking the fire potential very closely. In fact, the entire state of Pennsylvania and a good portion of Maryland here under the red flag warning. We don't have the red flag warning up for New Jersey or Delaware. It doesn't mean fire danger is not high. It's just higher in these locations. So please be careful if you're going to be out, especially you're firing up the grill. It's a nice evening. You have a little fire pit or something like that, and never flick cigarettes out the window. 78 degrees here at 6 o'clock, 76 by 7. We'll keep temperatures in the 70s all the way through 9 o'clock. Maybe a little dinner outside tonight. Guys, over to you.
All right, Bill, thank you.
I tell you, what a beautiful day. It feels like summertime, doesn't it?
Yeah, Bill is back with the next weather forecast. It's fantastic.
Oh, I love this kind of weather. We're to the point where a lot of you are probably turning on the air conditioner a little bit.
I did in the car coming to work today.
Right?
I shouldn't have.
Same thing in the house. It's like,
Suit on.
okay, you got to adjust a little bit here and there. You said what, Jess? You haven't
I thought he was wearing a suit.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's true. That's true. All right, so let me start you out. I want to show you what's going on around our area in terms of our high temperatures today. We got to 83 degrees, which matches the highest temperature that we have seen so far this year. And look at this shot here from Logan Square. Beautiful with the fountain, and you see some of the wind that's going to be blowing around in our area. Well, here it is. You got the winds that are gusting out of the west, and they're anywhere between 5 to 15 miles per hour and actually gusting up to about 30 or so. And you see the fountain blowing that direction as well. All right, so we had 83 degrees today. That was our high, 55 the low, 63 the normal. So well above the normal, but not to the record, which is 92 on this particular day. The record low, however, 18 degrees back in 1874. What a difference between the record high and the record low. The normal is 43. And where we stand right now, it's still in the 80s. We have 82 degrees with the beautiful blue sunshine, blue sky and the sunshine out there. Dew points at 44, so it actually feels slightly cooler, 80 degrees. You see the visibility is fine, and of course those winds gusting up to 28 miles per hour. So overall, the big picture, this is what we have. Notice that there are very few, if any, clouds up and down the entire mid-Atlantic, all the way back to the west. It is a very, very dry forecast that we have here for the next day or couple of days at least. So here's what we have right now on our futurecast. If you're heading on out this evening, no weather-related problems for you. It's a little warm. Of course, temperatures will drop tonight under clear skies, but out the door early tomorrow morning, 7, 8 o'clock. We're going to be in the 60s already at that time, which is where we should be in the beginning of June. So, of course, when you get the 80s in the afternoon, that's going to translate to relatively warm conditions in the morning, and that's what we'll see. But a gorgeous day, lots of sunshine around the area, even hotter tomorrow, warmer, hotter, depending on how you look at that. Probably mid and maybe even some upper 80s out there. I don't think we get to the record, which is 89, but we are much closer to that, way closer to that, of course, than the normal. And then on Friday, we start out with the sunshine. Clouds start to increase Friday afternoon and evening. It's going to be another toasty day, probably the warmest day of the week with like 87, maybe 88 in there for the high temperature. But we don't expect rain. The rain comes in next for us on Saturday. So this evening, 76 degrees here at 7 o'clock, 70 by 9, 67 by 11 o'clock tonight. Skies are nice and clear, and that will translate right on into the overnight hours as well. When you walk out the door at 6 o'clock in the morning, the temperature at 62. And then tomorrow, here's what we have, 79 degrees by noon, 85 at this time tomorrow night. We'll take a look at the 7-day forecast, guys, coming up in just a few minutes.
Wow, looks good. All right, buddy. Thanks so much.
Well, this warm and dry weather really raises the risk for wildfires like that one, and the fire threat is not over yet. So let's go outside and check back in with Chief Meteorologist Bill Kelly. Hi, Bill.
Jessica, yeah, we look at a lot of things when we're looking at the wildfire danger when it comes to the weather conditions. So take a look at this. We put this graphic together. Some of the stuff that we look at, of course, is the relative humidity that is out there. We look at the winds that are going to be gusting around the area, and we look at the vegetation. Is there stuff there to burn? And all of that comes into play when looking at things like red flag warnings. Now, start with the humidity. Look at these numbers. The relative humidity value in most spots down into the 20s around the area. You combine that with the wind speeds that are gusting 25, even 30 miles per hour in spots. You have those elements there. You couple it with the fuel that's on the ground. It's just, winter was not that long ago, so there's still a lot of dead leaves on the ground. You got the pine needles, that type of thing, and no rainfall at all. So they're all ingredients for that fire danger out there, and it's why that fire is continuing to go. In terms of tonight, temperature-wise, we're in the 70s the next few hours. Lots of sunshine, zero rain, zero clouds for that matter. A beautiful sun-filled sky tomorrow. In terms of comfort, it's great. In terms of fire danger, it's going to remain elevated again during the day tomorrow. Not quite as breezy as it was out there today or is out here right now, but still certainly something we're watching. We're also watching and tracking our next weather maker when that arrives and what it brings coming up here in just a few minutes. Guys, back over to you.
All right, buddy. Thanks so much. We'll see you in a little bit.
And the positive ones, like today's weather.
Hello.
Can't beat it, right? I mean, temperatures in the low 80s, low humidity. In fact, take a look at this. I love this shot from our library cam looking down over Logan Square. And the fountain, going up, and the wind's taking it and blowing it off to the left there. But yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous. Look at all the sunlight reflecting off everything there. Here's a look at the numbers around the region. Doesn't matter where you are. It's a gorgeous day. 82 here in Philadelphia. We have 76 degrees at Mount Pocono right now. Allentown at 81. Currently 78 for Cape May down the shore. Look at widespread temperatures in the mid-80s. So your evening forecast looks like this. 76 degrees at 7 o'clock, 70 by 9 o'clock, 67 at 11. Have your dinner outside. Make it a point to get out and enjoy just a gorgeous night with winds that are a little breezy, but will be calming down a bit as we get into the later evening hours tonight. So here's a look around the region. And it's exceptionally quiet. I mean, we have this huge dome of high pressure that's off to our south, and that is the dominant weather feature, not just for us, but you go way, I mean, let's just take a look. You got to go way, let's keep going past Iowa, you go past Nebraska and Kansas. I mean, here we got some clouds out over Wisconsin. You got to, or excuse me, Wyoming. That's as far as you've got to go. And what we're dealing with this high pressure cell are these south and westerly winds, and they're bringing in the relatively warm conditions for us, and I don't see that changing over the next couple of days. In fact, temperatures right now, widespread 70s and 80s from Greenville all the way back to Chicago, down to Nashville, and over to D.C. at 85 degrees right now. A bit cooler up around, say, Lake Placid, but still into the 60s there for those folks. So here's what it looks like in our overall big picture. We talk about the regional view. We're going to keep skies clear through the evening tonight. A great night to spend some time outside. Tomorrow morning, you won't even need your coat. We're going to already start out at 60 degrees and rapidly warm the temperature up by noon and 1 o'clock. We are into the 80s, heading into the mid and potentially upper 80s for our day tomorrow with nothing but sunshine region-wide and beyond. It's a fabulous travel day. If you have any travel plans at all, car, air, you name it, it's good to go. No weather-related issues for you whatsoever. Things will change up a little bit on Friday. I stopped this at, say, 8 o'clock in the morning on Friday. Lots of sunshine. The difference is you're going to start to see some clouds on the increase Friday later in the day ahead of our next weather maker that will bring us the chance for some showers on Saturday. Not tonight, though. 60 degrees, clear and very mild. That 60 is the normal low for early June, so we're way above normal there. Tomorrow, we're going to say 86 degrees with tons of sunshine, near record highs. The record for tomorrow is 89 degrees. And then last, definitely not least, looking ahead, 76 Saturday, 78 on Sunday. We're going to be tracking that potential for the storms on Saturday, then again Sunday night, and into Monday, and it drops back down into the 60s. You're watching CBS News Philadelphia. We'll be right back.
Turning now to our weather, it is certainly feeling like summer in April. A gorgeous day turned into a mild night, and we are just getting started when it comes to the warmth. Chief Meteorologist Bill Kelly is here with the next weather forecast. Can we just duplicate this? Copy paste, copy paste?
Yeah, absolutely. For a couple of days, your request is in just in time. So that's very nice. Yeah, in fact, let me start you with that. As we all know, of course, we are in April, but temperatures outside today feeling a little bit more like June. Well, very much more like June. We hit 83 degrees today in Philadelphia. We hit 85 in Wilmington. I mean, how about these numbers? Down the shore, the winds were out of the west, so we did not have that onshore component. So Atlantic City got to 83 degrees today. 80 in Wildwood. That, of course, translating into a very mild night. We're still at 67 degrees here in Philly, 72 in Trenton, 72 for Reading right now, and even down the shore, 71 Atlantic City. How nice is it on a night like this? Sit out, hear the sounds, the waves. I mean, beautiful. Winds are much lighter than they were earlier. Skies are clear around our area. So out the door tomorrow morning, we're talking about June-like. Look at this, 62 degrees at 5 o'clock. We'll say 62 degrees at 6 o'clock in the morning. These are the normal low temperatures in early June, like the 4th through the 7th. So it's going to feel like a little bit summer-like out there. By 9 o'clock, we're at 68 degrees, going to 73 degrees by 10 o'clock in the morning. How long this lasts, and of course, our next weather maker, we're tracking it for you. We'll have that coming up in just a few minutes. Guys, back over to you.
This weather's awesome, Bill.
Awesome
Oh,
today.
it's so
Yeah,
great.
gorgeous today.
Did you notice, I don't know if you're reading that there, but those people on the beach actually had their shirt off and they were hanging out like it was a summer day.
That's right.
That's
It
when a
felt like
spray
it.
tan comes in handy before you get out there for the real thing.
Like I say that, you go, oh, a little early for that, right?
Yeah.
All right, let me show you. How beautiful is this shot right here? Of course, looking at the fountain there at Logan Square. And isn't that nice? It's on,
That's
it's
gorgeous.
lit, and a little bit of a wind kind of blowing that around. We're going to use this as the backdrop. Talk about some numbers out there. Temperatures, boy, is it nice. 72 degrees right now in Trenton, still in the 70s. We have 67 here around Philadelphia. Wilmington at 69 degrees. Mount Pocono at 56. Just a delightful evening. 68 for the Lehigh Valley and Cape May. Clouds and radar, we don't have any of either. It is so dry, and it's because of this large dome of high pressure that's off to our south. And it's just keeping not just our area, but the entire eastern half of the country totally dry, cloud-free. I mean, you got to go well back off of this screen to even get clouds, let alone any rainfall. And because this high pressure is positioned where it is, winds around the high work clockwise in the northern hemisphere. So as it's off to our south and to our southeast, those winds are out of the south, and that's drawing up that warmer air, and in this case, for us, near record territory. In fact, look at some of these high temperatures today. We got to 83 degrees. That ties for the second warmest that we've been so far this year. It was not a record. The record for us is 93. But D.C. was 86 today. A record for us is with 92. D.C. got to 86 degrees, 81 in Detroit, 82 in Chicago. I mean, pretty incredible temperatures when you look out over the big picture. Down around Greenville, it was 81 degrees. That's going to translate into a pretty mild night for us tonight. So here's what you can expect. An overnight low of 60 degrees under clear skies. Very mild. That 60 degree, for a little perspective, is the normal for early June. So certainly summer-like out there. And then tomorrow, if you like today, you're going to love tomorrow. How about 86 degrees under tons of sunshine? Near record highs tomorrow. We're going to be a few degrees off. The record right now stands at 89 degrees, and those winds will be out of the southwest about 5 to 15. We're getting about the same, if not a little warmer on Friday, but the difference is we'll have some clouds on the increase. Both days are dry. It's Saturday and Sunday that we're tracking our next weather maker. That will keep our temperatures down a little bit into the 70s. In fact, if we take a quick snapshot of Saturday, I start this Friday night. Look throughout the day. The green starts picking up. This is some pop-up activity. Look, by noon, we get into the afternoon, you pick up some darker green. I'm still not to the point that I would cancel plans at all, but I would be weather aware on Saturday because some of these pop-up cells could, of course, cause an impact for your plans. The difference with Sunday, it's overnight late and into Monday. This is a cold front, though. It's going to knock our numbers down big time by Monday. We'll watch it. A little bit more of an organized weather system, potentially. We're not expecting severe weather now, but, of course, keep a close eye on it. Guys, over to you.
Thank you, Bill. 86 tomorrow.
Nice.
My throat's
Heat
feeling a
wave.
little scratchy.
I know.